Heroes! Finally, we are at H in A to Z Yu-Gi-Oh! And that means we get to play Heroes, one of my favorite archetypes of all time, and the first one that I would say I fully built out when I started playing around the release of Master Duel. Now, no beating around the bush, let's get right into a deck profile and see what Heroes have to offer, considering how long they've been around and the massive pile of support that they have received in their lifetime. So here we have them, the Hero deck. It has changed a little bit over recent years, but there's still some classics, like the first card on our deck, Elemental Hero Stratos. Gotta run him at 3. When he's normal or special summon, add a hero from our deck to our hand. He can destroy some spells and traps, but that ain't what we need him for. Just a great add. Then, the Revision Hero Ferris, also a staple in the deck. We can discard a hero monster to special summon this card from our hand, and then we can set an increase in the spell and trap zone. Increase. We do not want to draw both of these. We do not want to draw both of these. You can run one, but I fear God, so I am running 2 so that we do not draw both of them. Then, when it's in the spell and trap zone, we can pop the Ferris, or any other hero monster, special summon the increase, and we get to special summon a Vision Hero from our deck. Next up, 3 Destiny Hero Malicious, recently released from its semi-limited prison. Yeah, that's what I would call it at that point. It was semi-limited for a long time, but at 3, it's just a third body. You can discard this card, banish this card from your graveyard, and special summon one from your deck. So you can do that over and over and over again, and it's just a lot of material. And Denia is kind of the same thing. If we have a Destiny Hero monster on the field or in the graveyard besides itself, so like Malicious, we can special summon it from the grave. So the Destiny Heroes give us like 4 special summons from the grave in one turn. Kind of crazy. And for the last Destiny Hero of the deck, Destiny Hero Plasma, requires 3 monsters to be tributed to special summon it. But if we can get this monster on the field, it does negate the effects of all face-up monsters our opponent controls, and we get to take control of one and equip it to this card to have it gain some attack. 1 Elemental Hero Honest Neos, just a nice little battle trick card. We can discard it from our hand to have a hero monster we control gain 2,500 until the end of the turn. And 1 Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier. If this card is used as material for a fusion summon of an Elemental Hero monster, we get to draw 2 cards and then discard 1. So, it's just some free draws and even setting up the graveyard potentially with something like a Malicious. 2 Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, who really has seen its role adapt over the years. First off, if this card is sent to the graveyard, we can add a hero monster from our deck to our hand. But what is also nice about it is that if it's special summoned, we can add a change quick play spell card from our deck to our hand, which we've got some ways to special summon this card out. And our last effect hero, Vision Hero Vion, who when it's normal or special summon, we can send a hero monster from our deck to the grave, just like Destiny Hero Malicious. And then we can activate its effect to banish a card from the graveyard, has to be a hero monster specifically, and then add a polymerization from our deck to our hand, giving us access to our suite of fusion monsters. And lastly, we finish it off with our normal monster Neos. We just need him as fusion material. And 1 Ash because I needed bonus space and had 1 spot left over. This could probably also be a board breaker, potentially like a Super Poly, but I figured having a bonus hand trap in the deck technically can't hurt. Now to the spells, gotta run 3 a hero lives. If we control no face-up monsters, we can pay half our life points and special summon a level 4 or lower hero monster from our deck. So hey, maybe we grab Stratos, and then we can search any hero monster. So a hero lives just gets us into any hero monster. 2 polymerization, we got a lot of fusion monsters, we need some polymerizations. And a Miracle Fusion, a way to fusion summon elemental heroes from our grave. 2 Fusion Destiny, another fusion card. How we get into DPE, and it can help set up our grave with some nice Destiny hero monsters. And 2 Mass Change, again another card that works with our extra deck, helps us get into our Mass Hero Dark Law, or maybe our Acid if we need to get rid of some pesky spells and traps. 3 Forbidden Droplet. This is a great card in Heroes, honestly, because there's a lot of cards that you want to be sending to the grave, and it can help you get around some weird targeted negation. 1 Called by the Grave just helps your plays keep on going and going, and 1 Reinforcement of the Army, because these are all warriors. Finally, to the traps, we've got 3 Infinite Impermanents. It's a trap, it's a hand trap, we take those. And 1 Favorite Contact, probably the newest addition to the main deck here, along with Neos kind of. This card lets us special summon 1 fusion monster from our X deck that mentions a hero monster as material, ignoring its special summoning conditions, so we can do it with anything, by placing the fusion materials mentioned on it to the bottom of the deck in any order from our hand, field, or graveyard. Then, if Elemental Hero Neos was used as this special summon, which is why we got him in the deck, neither player can return the monster special summoned to the extra deck. Speaking of the extra deck, let's start off with Elemental Hero Sunrise, a classic at this point. Requires 2 hero monsters with different attributes, so we can't just play all these dark monsters, we gotta have some other ones. And gains 200 attack for each different attribute we control, so it can get kind of strong. Then, when it's special summoned, we can add a Mirror Confusion from our deck to our hand, which is its biggest part. Also, if it stays on the field, when an attack is declared involving another hero monster, we can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. 1 Vision Hero Trinity, just an absolute Chad, huge guy, needs 3 monsters, but when it's fusion summoned, for the rest of the turn, its attack becomes double, so 5,000, and it can make a 2nd and 3rd attack on monsters. Has to be on monsters, can't attack directly. But we get 3 attacks with a 5,000 attack card. 1 Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. This card is a great board wipe if it's sent to the graveyard. Actually, it doesn't even have to be sent to the graveyard. If it leaves the field, destroy all monsters our opponent controls. And 1 Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. We get a little tricky with its requirements. Requires 1 Elemental Hero Fusion monster and a Warrior monster. Can be made with 1+ Warrior monster, so go crazy. Gains 300 attack for each material used for its summon, so if you go crazy, it can get really strong. And this card can make attacks on monsters up to the number of fusion monsters used for its summon, although I think you're going crazy if you more than 1 or 2. Then, after damage calculation, if this card battles a monster, destroy it, and inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. But what's kind of crazy about this card, and what could get a little freaky, if it's destroyed, special summon 1 warrior monster from your hand or deck. So, with a card like DPE, you can pop Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, special summon Absolute Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, and boom, get into a mass change to end your turn, and DPE is just gonna be coming right back. 1 Elemental Hero The Shining, I don't know, this guy's just here. It's a strong light monster, I don't know. He's the last card to go. He should go. I should be playing a 2nd Dark Law. He should go. 1 Elemental Hero Shining Neos Wingman. The other new addition to this deck, who requires a Neos and a Wingman fusion monster, which we will get later, and gains 300 attack for each monster in your grave. So you can imagine, after you go off a little bit, this card gets really beefy, considering it starts out at 3,100. Also, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Then, when it's special summoned, we can destroy cards our opponent controls up to a number of different attributes among the monsters on the field. It doesn't just have to be our field. So this is crazy. You can favorite contact it out in the middle of your opponent's turn and break everything. Plus, if this card destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half that monster's attack. Oh, no, not half. I read that. I thought it was half. It's all of its attack. So this card hits hard and destroys a lot. 1 Mass Hero Dark Law. You know him, you love him, or you hate him. If a card is sent to your opponent's graveyard, it's banished instead. And if your opponent has a card from their deck to your hand, rip 1 and banish it. Mass Hero Acid, our spell and trap removal. When it's special summoned from Mass Change, destroy as many spell and traps your opponent controls, and all monsters they control lose 300 attack, I guess. 1 Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. The guy we're getting off of Fusion Destiny, or actually off of Parlay potentially now. Requires a level 6 or higher hero monster, so honestly a great excuse to send Malicious to the grave. And then makes our opponent lose 200 attack for each hero card in our graveyard, which again, like I mentioned earlier, can stack up to be a lot. So they're going to be losing quite a bit of attack. And what's really nice about this card is once per turn as a quick effect, so we can chain it to anything. Okay, maybe not anything, but we can chain it. We can destroy it, 1 card we control and 1 card on the field, so you can destroy DPE and another card, and then if it's destroyed, you can special summon it during the standing phase of the next turn, so you can just always bring it back, and it's like 1 free pop every turn. Next up, the last fusion card in the deck, Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage. Another new card here with the Neo stuff. Requires 2 Elemental Hero monsters with different attributes, but ideally, one of them is Elemental Hero Neos. Card must be fusion summoned, and if it's special summoned, we can add 1 card with favorite in its name from our deck to our hand, so favorite contact. Then, we contribute this card that was fusion summoned using a normal monster, which is why we want to make it with Neos, to special summon a level 7 or lower elemental hero monster from our deck or extra deck that cannot be special summoned or set. So we need to have that be Sunrise, and then we get this guy, gets us into a favorite contact, a Sunrise, and then that Sunrise gets us into a Miracle Fusion. Very nice, very nice. Now to the Link monsters. We just got our 1 Dread Decimator. A little bit easier to make now with the bonus Mally. Just a big boy, gets a lot of attack, and it clears the board a little bit. A Wonder Driver, very nice at recycling Folly and helping us make even more plays, or even a change spell like our Mass Change. Extra Hero Infernal Devicer, who honestly I used to cut, but now with the new Neo stuff, he's back in the deck. Requires 2 hero monsters, and when it's link summoned, we can reveal a hero fusion monster on our extra deck, so Shining Neos Wingman. And then we can add one of, or actually we can add 2 of, but we're only adding 1 in this case, of the fusion materials whose names are specifically listed on that card, so Elemental Hero Neos, and add it to our hand. Also does some attack modulation stuff, but we do not care. And 2 extra hero Cross Crusader. 2 warrior monsters is its requirement, and if it's a link summon, we can target a Destiny hero on our graveyard and special summon it. Then we contribute a Destiny hero monster and add a hero monster with a different name from our deck to our hand. So 1 tribute gets us into any monster. Now you've seen the deck, let's see what it can do in some gameplay. For our first game, we are going to be going second against some ninjas here. Okay, interesting deck. This guy's kind of got some spice. I like it. Starts off with his Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo, which we are going to imperm, and let's see what this does for this turn. He still gets out into a Mitsu and then a Maizen and sets 2. Okay, very, very beatable here. We don't actually draw any real starters, but we can Forbidden Droplet away our Mally, giving us more Mally. Normal summon Denier. Denier gets Ninjutsu Art of Super Transformation, but then we can still special it back from the grave. We can go Denier effect, bringing Mally back into the deck, which lets us do more Mally. Special summon Mally off the Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader effect into Ferris, and now we get to cook Ferris and then... Oh, sorry, we're going too fast here. Increase effect. Increase special summon. Increase special summon Vion. Vion. Dump the Shadow Mist. We need to search off Shadow Mist here actually to get into Liquid Soldier. Vion, add a Poly. We can link off into Infernal Devicer. Infernal Devicer gets us our Neos into our hand. We'll go Mally effect, we're getting a Mally on the board. Then we will Poly away into a Infernal Rage. Liquid Soldier effect gets us a hand trap. Okay, cool, cool. We Infernal Rage. And actually, time out here because I just wanted to show this. Usually, you could Infernal Rage, use its effect to get out Sunrise, blah, blah, blah. But we already had the Miracle Fusion. And we could actually just make Shining Neos Wingman. Kind of crazy, but Shining Neos Wingman lets us clear the board here. And he gets to chain, but we ask that, and that is actually game on board early because we accelerated out our Shining Neos Wingman. And yeah, I just wanted to show in this game kind of how adaptable the deck is. Usually, you know, you'd want to set up your favorite contact, blah, 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 go slow, beat them on the next turn. No, if you can get Shining Neos Wingman out early, clear the board, and OTK, go for it. And here we have a game where we're going second again against Performage, whatever you want to call it. But I swear this deck can go first. It just so happens that we're going second again, and our opponent starts off and just sets 2. They are 2 real cards though, so let's see what we can do. Activated Hero Lives, special summon out the Stratos. Stratos effect adding a Liquid Soldier. Interesting. We'll go pitch a Vion off the Ferris. Ferris effect set the increase. Normal summon Vion. Vion, dump a Mally. Forget to use the Vion effect. Go into Cross Crusader. Ice Dragon Prison, and uh-oh. There goes our Cross Crusader, and we just have to go into battle with no more normal summon. And we do 0 damage. We can set a call by, but we're in a little bit of trouble here. Probably should have called by that card as well, and we get Feather Duster, lose our call by. Goes into a Performage Fire Dancer and a Performage Cup Tricker. Look, sweet little guy. We can activate our Honest Neos here to attack Stratos and deal some damage to our opponent, putting him on 5100. And now, what can we do on the follow-up here? We will normal summon a Liquid Soldier, special summoning out Vion. This time we'll remember to use Vion effect, dumping a Malicious, then adding a Polymerization from our deck to our hand. We're going to a Cross Crusader, special summon out Mally. We'll make an Infernal Devicer. Infernal Devicer, add that Neos to our hand. We'll go Poly into the Infernal Rage. Infernal Rage effect, add favorite contact. Mally effect, special summon a Mally. Infernal Rage, special summon out this Sunrise. Sunrise, add that Miracle Fusion to our hand. Activate Mirror Confusion, special summoning the Neos Wingman. I don't know why I'm adding favorite contact. Neos Wingman, clearing the board, and our opponent surrenders. But as you can see, even through the misplays and whatnot, he kind of did not cook. We have a 5600 Shining Neos Wingman on board, and our opponent has 5100. We were winning this game. And that's it for the heroes. Super explosive deck thanks to the new addition of Elemental Hero Shining Neos Wingman. We got so much gas, and especially the third Malicious. Heroes goes crazy going first now. As you can see, goes crazy going second. Really fun deck. Maybe not tier 1, even tier 2, but a rogue strategy, I would say, that is really fun, and I recommend it. Let me know if you have any decks for future letters of the alphabet. And other than that, have a great day, everyone.